Americans and the Hopi tribe. Again, a lot of Native history was lost in the 1600s. It got very, very influenced with European dominated history. Basically, European version of what their history should be is what it became, and they, even up to today, force their beliefs on the Aboriginal people. But we have to also remember that before white people even came to North America, Indians did have problems amongst themselves. And I'm going to explain this, that it wasn't so much our Aboriginals or our Native Americans or Natives people that had problems amongst each other, but it was of a split group of Natives and the original Chaldeans descendants and the original Hopi descendants that basically had a problem with each other. So we'll start that off. The Hopi tribe originated from another planet, just like all the other being creatures, whatever. The Nubians came from the Neteru, a large population of the earth of straight-haired people came from the original Chaldeans and Nubian mixture. White people come from the Canaanite bloodline, and now we have our Aboriginal people, basically. Again, the South America continent and African continent was once the land of Nubia. I'm not exactly sure where these red men came from, which is what they were called. But again, according to mythologies and different studies, it's led me towards Saturn area, Jupiter area, somewhere around there, or maybe there was a stop off there or something. But those two planets have something to do with the original Hopi tribe. The original Hopi tribe also had a very good resemblance to what rabbits look like today. Obviously, they didn't look exactly like rabbits, but there was similarities. That original Hopi tribe was in the land of Nubia, more or less on the where would be now the South American continent side, and they were there planting and developing trees and whatnot, and grafting animals and working very closely with the Neteru people. They were very, they weren't together, but they were very much in harmony. They didn't war with each other or anything. They got along very well. What had happened now was they were attacked by reptilian creatures, and they were attacked by the Chaldean creatures around the same time the Nubians were attacked. The reason for this was the Chaldeans had conquered the entire borders of all of the continent of Nubia, or the land of Nubia. During these eras also of these wars against Chaldeans, there was an earthquake, and the continent started to, or half the continent, what is now the continent of South America, started flowing away. Now, the children of the the children who were also taken slaves from the original Hopi tribe, who were captured by the Chaldeans, basically, were of a mixed descendancy now. This is what basically grew into the Mayans and their advanced knowledge. And this also is taken of how the beginning of the Brotherhood of the Red Dragon. Because, again, we go back to the text of Noah. I mean, we'll get into it much later, but when Noah was given the knowledge from Satan to save himself about the and what was coming, the flood and everything, and the sacred knowledge to keep within his family. Um, well, three brotherhoods were basically formed that formed the brotherhood of the snake. The brotherhood of the yellow dragon was on the eastern side of the world, and the brotherhood of the red dragon was on the western side of the world. So the brotherhood of the red dragon was basically Mayans and a couple other groups, but the Mayans basically became the fierce stronghold of it. Now again, some original Hopi tribes did manage to stay pure with themselves, and generation down the lines became a multiple of tribes. But again, these smaller tribes warred with the Mayan cultures and were taken as slaves, taken as prisoners, and whatnot. And these wars were pre to Europeans coming. But again, when the Europeans came, it was much easier because the peoples were already divided to basically conquer them all over and again restart out a new line of teachings. Okay, so we're gonna get into basically how America became called America. I'm going to read a chapter from one of the books I wrote. It's called The World Around Us, and this chapter is basically has to do with Princess America and the beginning of America as of the time the Europeans came up into it. Okay, chapter Princess America. Christopher Columbus didn't discover the Americas. First of all, the Hopi tribe was already here. The Hopi tribe multiplied to many tribes. Some of these tribes were infected by the Brotherhood of the Red Dragon. While slaves in Nubia were taken to the Caribbean, Haiti, Britain, Rome, etc., but not yet America, ships sailed to the Western world. As they landed on shore, they were met by natives of the land. The Brotherhood of the Red Dragon spread false knowledge amongst the people, while European slave trades pretended to be friendly. The main goal of the brotherhoods were to convince the royal family, the native royal family, to come and visit Europe and create a trade agreement between the two nations. During the years of the original Hopi tribe, many years ago, a kingdom was established. The original Hopi tribe came from Saturn to help the work of Riscarians. They were people of the land, who were responsible to preserve and keep healthy the earth and animals. The kingdom was not a kingdom of how we view kingdoms today. The king or chief was in charge of making sure everything was being properly treated. The queen was in charge of making sure the king or the chief didn't become corrupt. Everyone within the kingdom was given a job according to their talents, each job in coordinates to preserving the land or animals. In these times, the Hopi didn't eat animals' meat. They were totally vegetarian beings, as were many back then, including the Nubians. They didn't kill animals for clothes or shelter. They grew hemp. It was their greatest seed. The land was considered as our element of life/growth, and the Hopi believed it was to be taken care of, as well as the animals. The Hopi split into different tribes and clans, all with a specific job. For instance, in what we now call Montreal was once called Turtle Island, and the Turtle clan was in charge of the island and protection of the turtles. The turtles were descendants of the amphibians, who were under the leadership of the reptiles. Only the turtles were against Satan and wanted peace. They told the secrets of the reptilians to the Hopi chief and queen. In return, the chief wanted to help protect them.